my name's Danny, and welcome to this piano tutorial where I'm going to teach you how to play As It Was by Harry Styles. So let's just get right into it, and we're going to start with the basics today with the key. This song is in the key of A major. That's the original key. Anyway, so that's the key that we're going to do it in. So first we're going to look at the scale and how to play that, and then after that we're just going to look at the chords and how to play through the chords. And so this lesson is for if you want to accompany someone who is going to be singing the song. Anyway, let's look at the scale now. In the key of A major, there are 3 sharps, and those sharps are F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So that is our key signature for A major, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play through the scale with the notes and show you what the notes are and the interval numbers, which are both really important, and then I'll play through the scale, and then we'll look at the chords after that. So here are the notes of the scale. We have A, which is 1, we have B, 2, C sharp, 3, D, 4, E, which is 5, F sharp, 6, G sharp, 7, and back to A, which is the 1, of course. So those are our notes and interval numbers for the scale, and I'm just going to play through it now, 1 octave, hands together, and I would invite you just to go ahead and do this right along with me. So here we go. All right, and there we have it. That is our A major scale. That's the key we're in. I would encourage you also to play through the scale just a couple times to make sure that you're acquainted with where you can play and where you can't play, which is, of course, really important. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the chords. Now, this is just my way of playing the song. I think it sounds super good, super clean and modern if you are playing it for someone who is singing, whether that's yourself or someone else. So, anyway, the chords are the same in this song the entire time. So let's go over what those are really quick, and then we'll look at how to play them. So the chords are D, and then B minor, to E, and A. So that is the chords the entire time. It's D, B minor, E, A. But let's look at some good ways to play these chords, starting with the first chord, which is D. Let's look at the left hand and the right hand and how to put them together. So for this D chord, what we're going to play is this. For the left hand, we have D, A, D. Just those 3 notes. Just like that. And for the right hand, along with that, we're going to play this. We're going to play A, B, D. So altogether, that sounds like this. And of course, this is middle C right here. So I'm playing just right around middle C. Okay, now the next chord is going to be B minor. So let's look at that one. With the left hand right here, we are going to jump down to here, and we're going to play this. B, F sharp, A. So those 3 notes. And with the right hand along with that, we're actually going to play the same notes. And again, that's A, B, D. So those 3. Altogether, it sounds like this. Okay, now the next chord, we're going to go down to E. So for the left hand, we're going to take that, and we're just going to move down here, and we're going to play these 3 notes. E, B, E. All right, now for the right hand, for this one, we're going to move just a little bit. So sometimes it depends on what melody note is being sung. Sometimes the melody note is this one, which is B, and sometimes it's this, which is G sharp. So depending on what he's singing, we might want to play something different. So if he's singing B for the melody note, then what I like to play is just these two notes, A and B. So altogether that sounds like this. And then right after I play that, I like to take my thumb and go down to the G sharp with the right hand. So then you're playing G sharp B. So you're going to switch maybe about halfway through that measure, or that chord being played. So it looks something like that. And if the melody line is the G sharp, then what I like to play for the right hand is, because we're in this position here for the right hand, we're going to jump down and play this. E and G sharp. So altogether that's like this. It can often be a good idea to have the vocal melody note on top of on the very top of what you're playing with the right hand. So that's why sometimes I switch to this, and sometimes I do this with the right hand. When he says, "It's just us," and lands on that G sharp, then what I'm going to do is play this. Because in my opinion, that just sounds really nice. It just accompanies the singer very nicely. So you can switch between those. Or you can just play an E chord if you'd like. You can either play E, G sharp, B, or you can play G sharp, B, E, like that. You have some options here, but that is my suggestion. I would say either play this if he's singing B, or play this when he sings, "It's just us." Then you have this note on the top, just like he's singing. All right, now the last chord is going to be A, which is our one chord, our home chord in the key of A major. So with the left hand, we're going to jump up to here, and we're going to play these three notes. A, E, A. And for the right hand, what we're going to play is just a simple A chord, an A major triad, and so that's going to be A, C sharp, E. So all together that sounds like this. All right, and there you have it. Those are all the chords for the song. So let me just play through those for you kind of slowly so you can just see and hear what it looks like and sounds like all together. So we have D, B minor, and then E, and A. All right, now just a couple more things to help you out if you want to make it sound a little bit better than just a robotic, because this is a little boring right here. You definitely are going to want to spice it up a bit more, in my opinion, anyway. So when you're on the first chord, which is the D major chord, you can play it at first, and then what you can do with the right hand is you can play the C sharp sometimes, and that sounds really nice. So you can play. So you can switch off maybe between A and C sharp, and then A, B, and D. But just experiment with it, have fun, see what sounds good to you, but that's a suggestion. You can use all these four notes for that chord. You can even go. All right, and then it's the same thing pretty much for the B minor chord. can just play around with all of these notes in the right hand and see what sounds good to you. And that's a part of music, of course, is just experimenting and just trying things out and seeing what sounds nice. So that's that. Now, when we go to the E major chord, then what you can do is, if you're here, then what I think sounds really nice is to go, so you can hit A, B, E. And those would be like separate notes as like a kind of a filler if you want. So when you hit the chord, you just play these notes, and then you can go. Or if you're down here, playing it like this, E and G sharp, then what you can do is. So if you see what I'm doing there, you hit E with the thumb every time, but you alternate between G sharp, A, and B with the right hand. So something like that. And then when we go to the A, we hit this A major triad with the right hand. You can put the B in there as well, and that sounds really great. You can of course move around all over the place, and especially I feel like on the A major chord, and you can do just so much cool stuff, but it depends on how simple you want to make it or how nice and advanced sounding, cool sounding you want it to be. But that's definitely one good suggestion. Alternate between the B here and the C sharp. Or you can hit all four notes at the same time. Or you can just move around as much as you want. Something like that, depending on how fancy you want to get. You can just go all over the place, and especially if you know the scale, like we went over at the beginning. All right, and one last thing I want to show you is the riff for this song. So the riff is just going on over all the chords. So as the left hand is playing through the chords, just like we went over the three notes, then the right hand has this really cool riff, that you are probably going to want to play. And so it's not a very complicated riff, but it could take a little bit of practice. But let's go over the notes for that. So what we have is it's just the right hand doing it. So here are the notes. It's going to be A, B, C sharp, B, B, A, E, C sharp. So that's the first one. And then the second part of it is A, B, C sharp, B, B, A, B, A. So the first little part of the riff is the same. It just ends slightly differently on the two times that you do it. So one time it ends like, and then one time it ends with, and it switches off between those. So altogether it's gonna be like this. A, B, C sharp, B, 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 A, E, C sharp, A, B, C sharp, B, 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 A, B, A. So when we play that, you just play it over the left-hand chords, and that is going to look like this. I'll play it nice and slowly for you. On the intro, it only goes 3 times through the riff and then it goes straight into the verse. But just as long as you have the whole riff down, then you can play it. So anyway, that is how you play the song As It Was by Harry Styles. And I really hope that this piano tutorial helps you out. So have fun playing the song, and thank you so much for watching.